The Coalition for Economic Liberation and Transformation has strongly condemned the Nigerian National Petroleum Company Limited (NNPCL) Group Chief Executive Officer Mele Kolo Kyari for prioritizing fuel importation over domestic refining, resulting in a 3 trillion naira expenditure on fuel imports within just 42 days. Between October 1st and November 11, Nigeria imported an astonishing 1.5 million metric tons, equivalent to 2 billion litres of PMS, 414,018 metric tons, or 500 million litres of diesel, and 13,500 metric tons, or 17 million litres of aviation fuel. Speaking at a press conference in Abuja, Owolabi, the group executive director, criticized Kyari's leadership, citing the detrimental impact on Nigeria's economy and currency.
The monetary value of this frivolous importation is a cumulative cost of nearly 3 trillion naira. Gentlemen of the press, in other words, the Group Chief Executive Officer of the Nigerian National Petroleum Company Limited, NNPCL, Mele Kolo Kyari, and his associates have wasted another 3 trillion naira in just 42 days for importing fake and adulterated fuel into this country. It is quite puzzling and concerning to observe that certain interests made Nigeria persist in allocating 3 trillion naira towards fuel imports within 42 days, while privately owned domestic refineries are up and running with the capacity to fulfill our fuel requirements. What an irony. This scenario calls for inquiries regarding the decision-making procedures and priorities of those at the helm of affairs in Nigeria. Gentlemen of the press, this is the face of the fuel subsidy cabal. Those who benefited from the 3 trillion naira in 42 days to import are the ones who have resolved to prevent Nigerians from having economic peace. They are people who should spend the remainder of their natural life in jail if the rules of jurisdictions they import fuel from were applied to them. Ironically, Nigerians continue to grapple with fuel shortages despite bogus importation. Only Kyari knows those bringing the fuel. Only Kyari knows those consuming it. And only Kyari knows those benefiting from the business. In our view, this is a waste of Nigeria's resources under the active supervision of Kyari. We had initially put this down as greed and avarice of the primordial level, but we have since reviewed our position to declare that the importation of fuel to the detriment of the country is an active sabotage of the Nigerian economy, given the impact that the wasteful act has on the management of the naira. Even though it is painted to appear as business decision of the Kyari associated companies behind the importation, they were nonetheless required to conclude their purposes of the toxic product in US dollars, further piling pressure on the naira for a product that is now readily available from indigenous refineries.
Furthermore, the group demanded Kyari's immediate sack to restore transparency and accountability. The coalition also urged the Central Bank of Nigeria to halt further payments for fuel importation and call for regulatory oversight to verify imported fuel quality and investigate financial claims. Owolabi added that Kyari and his fake fuel importing associates have successfully rubbished the Central Bank of Nigeria's policy targeting at strengthening the naira. They mop up the limited dollars which will have gone into procuring infrastructure-related imports.
Kyari and his fake fuel importing associates have successfully rubbished the Central Bank of Nigeria, CBN's policies targeted at strengthening the naira. They mopped up the limited dollars that would have gone into procuring manufacturing-related imports. The irresponsible importation, which is compromising the naira, borders on criminal when one recalls that President Bola Ahmed Tinubu personally intervened to broker the naira sale of crude oil to indigenous refineries to reduce the pressure on Nigeria's currency and make refined products more affordable. Kyari and his lakeys insult our president by persisting in this criminal trade. The government and other appropriate bodies must promptly tackle these concerns. They must emphasize the importance of boosting manufacturing and supporting our refineries as well, in order to function at their potential. This will result in significant cost saving for the nation and guarantee energy security, economic growth, as well as stability. Consequently, the Coalition for Economic Liberation and Transformation urges the CBN to stop further payments to Kyari's cronies in the name of fuel importation. Those who persist in importing what is readily available locally should bear the brunt of sourcing the foreign exchange to pay for their indulgence. Furthermore, the coalition demands that Kyari be sacked without hesitation to restore the industry's transparency and accountability, to prevent the NNPCL CEO and his associate from spreading contagion to other sectors of the economy. Finally, we demand that the necessary regulatory and anti-graft agencies steps in to arrest the anomaly around fuel importation in Nigeria. The regulatory agencies should verify the quality of products that these syndicates have insisted on importing, while the anti-graft agencies should investigate the financial claims as well being made and the extent to which these payments for fuel importation are in breach of the extant legislations and policies of this great country, Nigeria.